Well, welcome to day 3 of our journey with Paul the Apostle as we go through the third journey. And so far, we've seen faith grow, we've seen lives transformed, but today we're going to see something different, something else. And this is the subject of resistance. Because when truth begins to change lives, it doesn't stay private. It starts to challenge everything around us. And in Ephesus, that led to chaos. And in Acts 19 tells us that the man named Demetrius, a silversmith, gathers other craftsmen and says Paul is persuading people that gods made by human hands are not gods at all, and our business is in danger. You see, soon the city is filled with confusion. A crowd gathers in the theatre shouting, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians." For about 2 hours, the shouting continues. And let's understand what's really happening here, because Ephesus was not just a city, it was the centre of religion, commerce, and identity. At the heart of it stood the temple of Artemis, one of the wonders of the ancient world. And this temple wasn't just spiritual, it was economic. People made money from selling idols, pilgrimages, and religious tourism. So when Paul teaches God made gods made by human hands are not gods at all, he isn't just making a theological statement, he's threatening an entire system. So when faith becomes disruptive, and up to now, Christianity may have seemed just like another belief system, but now it's affecting income, power, and social structure. And that's when opposition arises, not because people are purely seeking truth, but because they're protecting what they stand to lose. And the situation really escalates quickly, and people rush into the theatre. Many don't even know why they're there. Think about that. They're shouting, reacting, and participating without understanding. And this is the power and danger of crowds. Emotions can replace reason, and noise replaces truth. For about 2 hours they chant, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians," not as a thoughtful belief, but as a defensive reaction. Paul actually wants to go into the crowd because he reads that he's ready to speak. He's ready to stand in the middle of chaos. But his friends stop him because this is important. Even bold faith needs wise restraint. Not every battle is meant to be fought head on. And sometimes wisdom says, wait, step back, or let things settle. So finally, a city official calms the crowd. He points out that there's no legal case and that this gathering is dangerous. It could lead to punishment from Rome. And just like that, the crowd disperses, the riot ends. And this story reveals something timeless, that people often resist truth, not because it's wrong, but because it's costly. And if truth threatens comfort, income, and identity, it will be opposed. Now, we may not worship statues of Artemis today, but we will still have idols. Not physical ones, but functional ones. Things like money, success, status, and control. And when faith challenges those things, we feel the tension. So let's bring this closer to home. Ask yourself, what in my life would be disrupted if I fully followed truth? And what am I holding on to because it benefits me, even if it's not right? Because faith, it doesn't just comfort you, it confronts you. So where are you influenced by the crowd? Whether it's social pressure, popular opinions, or cultural expectations, Are you thinking deeply or just echoing what's loud? Because the crowd in Ephesus was loud, but not necessarily right. So take a moment. Is there an idol in your life that needs to be challenged? And are you willing to let truth reshape your position? So let's pray. God, give us the courage to follow truth even when it's uncomfortable, and help us to see the things we've placed above you, and break down anything in our lives that stands in the way of real faith, and give us wisdom to know when to speak and when to be still. So thank you for joining me on day 3 of this podcast. And tomorrow we leave Ephesus and we follow Paul as he continues encouraging believers across Macedonia and Greece. See, after the chaos comes the encouragement. So until then, remember, real faith doesn't just fit into the world. Sometimes it shakes it.